Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chats. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong live for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well. Hello. Good morning, folks. Get rid of that. Hang on. There we go. Hey, everyone. Good to see you. Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats. Haven't been on the show for a little while. Been out and about traveling. So a little bit rusty to get the show underway, but we're here. So let's crack on with it today. Good to see you, folks. Thanks for joining. I'll do the quick intros as we do. Many of you know this already, but Jason Witten's my name. Thanks for joining me on Wealth Coffee Chats today. Good to see you here. Been out and about, actually. Been down in Melbourne, hanging out with the exit planners and 1%ers, and a little bit of travel over in Western Australia. Caught up with a few of the mentoring group in Western Australia as well. So a little bit of travel. A little bit hard to get the schedule down pat, but we've got it sorted today anyway, folks. So good to see you here. Welcome along to our Wealth Coffee Chats. Been doing this for a little while, since the start of COVID. COVID changed a few things for a lot of people, but for us, certainly gave us the opportunity to get a little bit better at our digital game and the ability to connect with you each day. Around about 10 past 8, that's when we do it. We jump on. It's 10 past 8 Queensland time, right? So wherever else you are in this wide, wonderful world, then you got to tune in at that point in time. Though it saves us a bit annoying, really, at the end of the day. But we roll with the punches, don't we? We roll with the punches, and we dive into a few things. We try and sort out a few things. Bit of fear from fact, bit of reality from rubbish, when it comes to the wide world of media and misinformation out there. But anyway, good to see a few of you on this morning. Hey, Josh, good to see you. Thanks for joining today. Great to have you here live. Indeed. Well, folks, today I thought we might talk about the idea of, how we put our deals together. And, not all prices are the cost. Anyway, I think I put that in the headline anyway, and it may have not gone through today. We've had some changes in the old Restream bits and pieces, but I thought I might talk about a few things today when it comes to doing deals and getting the most out of those deals and analyzing if those deals are, what they're going to cost and maybe doing some cash flows and bits and pieces. But today I thought we'd talk about the idea of, a house and land construction deal, because we do a lot of those. You guys out there know that. We love newer properties. That's what we've specialized in for the last 22 years. Extremely well. Many of our clients have done well with that as well. Doesn't mean secondhand property is not great, We just specialize in new. We like it for depreciation. We like it for its rentability. We like its up to date fixtures and fittings. All of the new bells when it comes to environmentals as well. But let's have a little look at what we might talk about today. What are the types of property deals, opportunities that we create, or the things that we can do? There's two forces that create capital growth in a deal. There's you. I don't know if you noticed this or know this, but what you do or what you choose has an impact, and then the market. Now, Sam has his 4x growth strategy that goes into the market pretty significantly. But, there's 6 key drivers in the marketplace: supply and demand, number 2, interest rates, demographics, politics. They're lunatics, politics, loonies, right? They're all out there gouging. And I might do another little wealth coffee chat later this week about, them trying to pass double taxation in your super. That's going to be a bit of a disaster for a lot of people. For most Aussies, that might not be a problem. But anyway, don't get distracted, Jason. The yield variation and infrastructure, right? And so market drivers, drive the marketplace. But how do you create growth? What do you do when it comes to the world of property investing? Well, you can do some things. You can add some value, or you can choose something that's adding value. And this is what we talk about often when it comes to the world of investing. You can buy a property at a discount. Many places and spaces back in the good old days, back in the GFC days, we were buying at significant discounts when there were some financial challenges in the marketplace. At the moment, morning, Sonia. Good to see you. Brendan's there as well. Chris is in the house. Morning, Chris. Back in the GFC days, we were buying properties at a discount, pretty significant, actually. Someone wants to sell the property quickly. At the moment, right now, there's a bit of discounting going on in Melbourne, and not necessarily discounting off the asking prices, because once the price is set, that's at the moment pretty well locked in stone. A little bit of adjustment coming down, but the per square meter rate, things that are being built now, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, things that are being built now compared to things that were built, 2 or 3 years ago, the per square meter rate discount difference is pretty significant as we're going along. But morning, Brad. How you going? So, you can get a discount. You can renovate a property. A lot of people like renovations. I'm not a massive fan of renovating, to be quite honest. I've done a few, and it's not my cup of tea. Some people love them. Some people love that stuff. All the more power to you. As you go, we can strata. Back in my day, sound like I'm old. We used to buy lots of little blocks of units, strata title them, do a light renovation, add some value. That was pretty good. Actually made a lot of money out of doing that strategy. Subdivisions, subdivide. Up in Brisbane, many places you can do little splitters. You can buy a big block, 700-800 square meters, and chop it in half. And the last two strategies, you can get a simple land and build. Love that strategy. And you can buy off the plan, which is time. You can buy time off the plan. Someone else adds the value, right? Adds the value to as you're going along. Nice, Sonia. So, today I thought we might talk about this strategy here, which is land and build. And in the world of building, you got to keep an eye on a few things. Now, what are the two things that can cost you money when it comes to a construction project, folks? Put that in the chat as we go along. What are the two things, main two things? And then they're the big things, right? I suppose one leads to the other, but what are the two things in a small, let's say, land and build or a renovation project, something that you're doing? What are the two things that can really affect the value or the cost of the project all up? Yeah, council for sure, Brad. Yeah, they're loonies. Yeah, council for sure. Certainly. I love to see it, Sonia. I love to see it when you finish, for sure. But really, at the end of the day, team, number one in a project that costs you the most money is time. And when we sort of, go up or go down into the big things, time, the time the council takes to approve it, the time that it takes to get things complete and built and stuff like that, like those things, time. Yep. Yeah, exactly. I had a subdivision once in Sydney many years ago. Four friends and I got together and we bought 4 big blocks of land in a row in the Northern Beaches in Sydney, and it was a cracking little site. And it was literally in the middle of suburbia, like it was nowheresville, but there was this kind of hill and down the back anyway. The council decided that a neighbour decided they'd seen a rare bat, which was complete bullshit. So someone said they'd seen a rare bat, and we had to spend $13,000 for some hippie bloke to come and camp on our block of land for 2 weeks to see if he could spot the bat at night time. Fuck, what a joke. Anyway, there you go. That happens everywhere. Anyway, time makes the interest on your project tick away. More time equals more interest because you got no income. 99% of the time in a project of renovation or a land and build, time equals money. Well, that's what they say all the time, don't they? Time equals money, folks. Time equals money. Crack on. The more time, the more costly, and it's a direct proportion, especially when the interest bill is ticking. So it's an interesting thing here at the moment. The cost to build a house has gone up 30% since, 2020. Now we're in 2024. So we're up 30%, folks, when it comes to the cost. So right now, what it used to cost 3 years ago, you're up whether you like it or not. And that's, well, we do like it, don't we? If you own properties, you like it. If you don't, well, it's a pain in the ass because the cost has gone up. So not only has the cost gone up, but what else has gone up, folks? So the cost to build a property up 30%. So the land has the land's got up a little bit as well. But what's happened is the average size of land is shrinking. Kind of trying to keep land around the same price, that 250 to 350 number for most regular property builds. But the cost of a new house has gone up. What else has gone up? The time. All right. The time to build a new house has significantly risen as well. So gone up like 3 months or more, right? So used to be 60 months. So it's gone up 50%. So if you think about this, the cost has gone up 30%, so $100K, right? $100,000. It's gone up, and let's just say, I don't know, for example, it's gone up 50%. So let's say that was going to cost you $25,000 in interest, right? In interest, now it's going to cost you $50,000 in interest over the time for your holding costs as you go along when it comes to your property, right? So this is an interesting one because not all land and house builds. Yeah, there is, Tim. I was reading about that this morning too. Yep. Well, this is the good thing, folks, about being tuned in to Wealth Coffee Chats and other places of sense and sensibility. When the government changes their rules, we change too, right? And this is the thing. This is the interesting thing that I've learned over 25 years paying attention to this stuff. They change one spot over here, but then we get to use another spot. Now, will it cost us money? Yes. If you're smart about it, you can get ahead of it. That's why, Sam, Tab, the coaches, Andy and myself, we've been navigating and designing strategies for you guys as property investors to make sure we understand how to navigate the future with the tools we have at our fingertips. And those are understanding structures and strategies and tactics and techniques to manage your wealth in the most effective way. So I don't want to get distracted on that today, but Tim, yes, I'm keeping a keen eye on that one, mate. Be letting you guys know if I see any opportunities or challenges or problems. That's for sure, as we go along. So it's costing a lot more. But here's the interesting thing, right? I should say, all right, well, where's in Australia right now, which is where are the two hot house and land markets, folks? Does anyone know the two hot house and land markets? Put it in the chat if you can. Where are the two? There's probably a couple. But the two kind of really hot land and house markets. One that's quite affordable still, moving along, right, as we go along. And I'll put everyone out of their misery because time's nearly up. Right. So we got Perth, right? So you can do a land and build in Perth, really quite nice actually, from about 650 to sort of 850, which is quite good. I think that's good. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it, Brendan? What's going on right now is that the high density construction is collapsing under the cost and the red tape and the lending issues, and the housing market, the house construction market, is picking up some pace. Some pretty interesting. There's so many good opportunities, folks. But yeah, you gotta navigate through as you go along. Yeah. Sadly, I don't think the government is encouraging anyone. They're mutants. But free trade and the economic understanding of how to make a profit out of a project will come to fruition, but probably a bit slower than we'd all like, folks, unfortunately. So we got Perth, 650, 850. Brisbane, you're not going to get anything under 750 to 950 when it comes to this new house and land. Adelaide, I think it's cooked, but you're still looking sort of 650 to 850 as well. One of the little sort of underdogs of this is Melbourne right now, where you can get 650 to 800 type of deals as well. Now, if we look at this, we go, all right, well, awesome. Let's Perth's great. Perth's a moving market. Let's go have a look at how long it takes to build an average place. So you go, let's just call it we're building a property for 700, right? Let's just say we're going to build a house for 700, and all of the things are the same: 300 on the land, 400 on the house. Let's go, right? Okay, let's have a look at that. Well, what's the deciding factor now when it comes to the cost? There's market movements, obviously, but what's the deciding factor? Well, folks, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this this conversation. The fastest place in Australia to build a house, folks, the fastest place in Australia to build a house is Queensland. Queensland. Go the Queenslanders. Queenslanders can build a house in 6 months, right? We've always built them fast here, which is interesting. So where's the next place? Where's the place that takes the longest, folks? I have never understood this. I don't understand why it takes so damn long in Western Australia to build a damn house. Anyway, it's funny. but the time has just exploded. 5 quarters. 5 quarters. So that's just over a year. Let's call that close enough to 18 months. 18 months. Now, this is the thing. This is when you have a look at this, this stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting, as you go. All right, so 12 months more, you might buy you might get a same price property, but it's actually going to cost you 3 times as much. 3 times as much in interest to construct that property than it will, let's say, in Queensland. And the next fastest place, actually, folks, is Victoria. And then New South Wales, and then South Australia, sort of all there. South Australia is a year, 12 months. Victoria is probably 9 months. So when you have a look at this, you go, okay, well, we might do the math and add up and make some decisions that way. Yeah. They always say West Australians. I love you guys in West Australia. I love you. Good stuff. We've got there's some great spots over there to invest. That's for sure. But it takes a bit of time to build a damn house. I don't know why. They do double brick over there instead of brick veneer and blah blah blah. Anyway, there you go. But anyway, not all projects are created equal, folks, when it comes to this stuff. And it's not the cost is not the price, or the price is not the cost. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. So there you go, folks. It's the price of a house to construct has gone up 30% in 4 years. The time to construct it has affected different states and different places for different things. There's actually been quite a boom in Western Australia when it comes to the house construction game. At the same time as mining, and they're struggling to get enough labor as well. So is that going to change anytime soon? Is any of that going to change anytime soon? The answer is no. What do we do about it? Well, folks, you need to make sure you price it in. Understand if you're going to do a house and land in WA, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying you need to understand. You might have to budget that into your build, or if you can, if you've got some cash that you can offset interest in the meantime while you're constructing, whatever that might be, navigate that as we go along. Anyway, there you go, folks. That's it from me today. Wealth Coffee done and dusted. Join me tomorrow for another one. We might talk to politicians, what they're trying to pass in Parliament, and have a little rant, get on my soapbox. Who knows? So tomorrow, 8:10. Usually that pops up, but it's not doing it. Right, there it is. Good to see you. See you tomorrow. Hey, remember, we got a couple of sayings around here. Buy well, don't sell. And used to time to build the property portfolio that you want, that creates the wealth and the income that you're looking for. So make sure Health Coffee Chats for your daily updates. And as always, if there's something that is on your mind or you've seen, let me know in the chat or send me a message, and I'll take a little look and give a little bit of a Wealth Coffee Chat on it one day. All right, folks, that's it from me. Take care. Thanks for joining. Bye. Another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks.